Welcome back to Day Drinking on the Horn Takes podcast. Day drinking in Texas sports. That's what we do. Cheers, babe. How you doing this afternoon?
I'm real good.
She's real good. My special lady friend is with me again today. She's real good. It's been a few weeks since we've been able to do a show. I went to Mississippi State. I went out to Starkville, Mississippi, and left you behind like a bad husband. And
No,
then
I
we both,
whatever.
I know. And then we both went down to Austin last weekend for the LSU series, which was a blast, and we'll talk a whole lot about that. So yeah, we haven't done a show since the Santa Clara series, I think, which
Oh wow.
seems like a really long time ago. So yeah, what are you sipping on today, babe?
I have a ranch water. So that's what
A
I'm
ranch
drinking.
water, a homemade
Yeah.
ranch water, which is
Yes.
essentially just a margarita with like some fizzy water in it, right?
No, I mean it's tequila based. So if you're comparing it as far as that goes, yeah, but it's tequila. I have some lime juice and some Topo Chico. Oop.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, I've got a really manly 16-ounce tall boy of Michelob Ultra. I drank up all the vodka yesterday. I got a really nice koozie. By the way, check us out at our online store, horntakestore.shopify.com. There's hats. The hats I'm only saying this because a lot of people have asked me about these hats. People want these hats. The hats are there. They're fitted. Make sure you pick the right size. But there's a few of them out there. I have like 13 left or something like that on the store. We also have these koozies. And again, the cool thing about all of this, 10% of every sale going back to Texas One Fund. So we're not trying to make a lot of money here, folks. We are just simply trying to cover our costs and get some money back over to Texas sports because I just think the more money you have in your NIL fund and all that stuff, the better athletes you can get, the better the sports programs are going to be. We are huge Texas sports fans, so
Mhm.
it obviously makes sense for us to promote that as much as we can. Also, and this is new, we are ambassadors for Chinook Seedery.
Oh
So if
wow.
you go to the Chinook Seedery website, you like chewing seeds, get over there to the Chinook Seedery website, buy some seeds and use promo code Horn Takes, and you'll get 10% off your order right
Yeah.
there on Chinook Seeds. So
We
uh,
almost finished a bag yesterday,
we
so
did. We watched two baseball games yesterday. I feel like we started watching baseball at like 10 o'clock in the morning, which is way off. We didn't, but we watched baseball literally all day yesterday, and it was just two Texas games. So, funny thing, we complained a lot, or I complained a lot, and a lot of other people complained a lot about the two 7-inning games on Sunday out
Oh
in
yeah.
Starkville, Mississippi. Those two 9-inning games yesterday,
Mm.
that was like a marathon of baseball.
I ain't gonna lie. So we had tickets to a concert last night. I think what 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock,
Uh,
yeah.
the people we wanted to watch Shane Smith and the Saints. We love them, so shout out to them. Um, they would probably have gone on at like 9:30, but anyway, it was right down the street from where we live, not far at all. But then we saw they were having that double header, and they were full 9 innings. Man, I tell you what, I think I fell asleep on the couch, like at the second game,
Yeah,
in the seventh inning, and I couldn't do it. It was a lot. It was a
it
lot,
was. It
but
was
I
a
would,
lot of baseball.
yeah.
I
Oh,
would say I feel bad for the kids, but they're getting to play baseball. So
yeah.
I don't think it really. I think the biggest thing for the kids when they play those types of games is they probably just get really hungry because
Oh god.
I don't think you can just bring in like a bunch of boxes of pizza and stuff in the
Right.
middle of the game or bring in
Yeah.
sacks of food. So they kind of have to snack on stuff.
Well,
Uh,
remember we saw Schuessler eating that Uncrustable, and I was like,
yeah,
"Oh
he had
my
an
god, is that
uncrustable.
still a thing?" Our son is 19, and that's what he packs in his lunch every day.
Yeah,
So that was
yeah.
pretty
So
funny.
I think for the players that's probably the biggest deal. It's not
Yeah.
because they're tired from playing baseball. Probably it's just that they
Yeah.
probably are
They gotta
starving
stay
to death.
fed. But
Yeah,
I will say we knew that when we knew that doubleheader was happening, we were kind of on the fence, are we gonna make this concert or not? And, baseball was the priority. We were gonna try to stay through the whole thing and ended up giving our daughter the tickets to the concert, but and good thing we did 'cause, I was down for the count.
yeah. I don't. We wouldn't have made it very long if we'd have went to the concert. I mean, I would have had to wake you up to get you to the
I
concert.
know.
You watch baseball all day. You put your heart and soul into it. You drink a lot and you eat a whole bag of seeds. And this wasn't the
Yeah, it's true.
bag. This was like the big bag of Chinook seeds, like
Yeah,
the
we
mega bag.
almost
You,
finished it.
yeah,
Mm, mm.
you're hurting by the end of the day. And so yeah, we turned in early last night, but oh, and by the way, we'll be able to see Shane Smith and the Saints next weekend. We're headed to Austin. We're gonna go to the Georgia game Friday night, and then Saturday and Sunday we're gonna be at the Two Step Inn, which is some big music festival, kind of like a country music festival. I think most of the acts are country, although who is it? Nelly is gonna be there,
Yeah, I'm
and
excited for that.
I'm gonna butcher this. It's either Diplo or Diplo or
I
Diaper or
sorry, can't help you
I've
there.
seen it before, like on music, but I don't know what it is. I feel like it might kind of be like one of those house music type of things or something. I don't know. We'll find out. They'll be there as well. But other than that, it's almost all country acts. Shane Smith and the Saints, one of them. Alan Jackson, right?
I don't know, maybe.
Did I make that up?
No,
I
sorry,
feel
somebody
like Alan Jackson's going to be there.
I'm not sure.
I
I
probably
just
made
know
that up.
we've never heard of this before,
Yeah,
and
and
when
it's
we
like a
told our
big deal.
yeah, when we told our kids we were going, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Oh my gosh, you're going there." And evidently it's like a big thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, we're happy to catch a game, happy to catch some music. It'll be fun. You might have to
Yeah.
help me stay awake, but
No, you'll be good. It should be good. The weather's looking kind of iffy. Looks like a lot of chance of rain in Austin Friday morning, especially thunderstorms. And then again on Saturday, pretty high chance of rain. So I don't know. I think the game Friday night is at 6:30. I believe first pitch for Saturday is scheduled for 2 in the afternoon, and then they play a 1 o'clock on Sunday. I don't, but it's like a 78% chance of rain on Saturday, and I don't know. I can't see far enough ahead to see like if it's all day or just if there's going to be a bunch of rain in the morning and then it kind of tapers off. If that's the case, they'll be able to play that afternoon. Probably get pushed to a night game, but anyway, that's our weekend next weekend. But let's back up. Let's back up to the LSU weekend, which man, you said it, babe. Baseball will wear your ass out. So, well, I'll just let you tell them. I'll just let you tell the folks the biggest difference between football and
oh
baseball
god.
for you.
I was not prepared. So this, you know me, I love to make a short story long. So here we
Here
go.
we go.
Everybody set in. Um, so our son has played baseball since he was young all the way through high school. So we've done the tournaments and the Friday through Sunday games, but we've never tailgated. Like we've never drank alcohol, things like that. We tried to be really good, UIL, things like that. So we never did the whole thing as far as that goes. So we did the 3 games and that was exhausting in itself. Uh, and then when we've done this was my first game at Dish Falk Field, so um I was not prepared for how long of a marathon 3 baseball games are. I've done football. We go in Friday, have some dinner, have some glasses of wine, get up for whatever time the game is on Sunday, tailgate, go to the game, maybe drink after, maybe just go home and go to sleep depending on the time, get up and go home. And we party Saturday and we're good. Dude, it was a party Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I was wrecked. We left, and Sunday was a hot game.
It
Holy
was.
hell, it was a
It was
hot game.
still. It was sticky and still.
So we left as soon as the game was over, got in the car, went home. We had about a 5.5 hour drive, hot, sticky. We get home about midnight, and we are wrecked. And that probably takes till midweek. But, our son put it in perspective. I think we saw him on Tuesday, and, I told him, I said, "Man, Bray," I said, I'm out of practice. That was exhausting." And he goes, "Oh, you think it's exhausting? Just think of the players playing it." And I was like, "You know what? You don't ever think about it, but we're the ones sitting there and enjoying it. They're the ones doing the work. And they're playing 3 games on the weekend, then they have a Tuesday night game. That's 4 games in a week, and these
Yeah.
kids are freaking going to school." I mean, are you kidding me? What they do is insane. I
Yeah.
mean, wow.
Yeah, if you
I
factor in all
can't
the time.
complain.
Yeah, but we're really old, and we did a lot of terrible things to our body those 3 days that they didn't
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
so,
we did. They were
uh,
out drinking, but still, that's exhausting. It
yeah,
it
so
yeah.
yeah, it was a long weekend, it was a lot of partying, but it was so much fun. We get there Friday, and we go straight over to Matt's. What do we call it, babe? Matt's Ranchero.
I
My wife,
call it Matt's Ranchero. The one thing you're gonna learn about me is I butcher names of things. I cannot piece together certain sayings, like I'll miss and match sayings, like what I just did right there.
yeah,
Case in point. But yeah, it's called Matt's Ranchero, and I can't remember what it's called,
it's
like for
Matt's
real
El
though.
Rancho, but we're gonna call it Matt's Ranchero forever. We go over there on Friday with some friends and have lunch, man, and it was so good before the game. We did that. We have only eaten there. Well, we've eaten there 3 times now, and we just found Matt's Ranchero for what, the Clemson game, right? Like when we were in town for the Clemson football game, the
Oh yeah,
the the playoff game. Yeah,
yeah.
so we
Because
we
usually
decided to go ahead.
I was say usually our Friday night thing is Vince Young's, but
That's right. We love
we
that place.
yeah, we I think we had that whole Friday off, so I think we did Matt's Ranchero at for lunch for Clemson, and then we did Vince Young's.
No,
But
we didn't. We did not do
oh,
Vince
we did
Young's the
not.
last time
Oh,
we were
okay.
there. No,
Well,
we
we
went to
can
a we did go to lunch. What did we do for dinner that night? Oh, we went to the
oh,
bar. We went to the bar over there. The I forgot what it's called. But the one that was walking distance from the hotel.
oh, I don't know, but nobody cares. Anyway,
Yeah.
we gotta get back on track.
Yeah. So
We
anyway, we do Matt's Ranchero. We go over to the stadium. And Friday night, folks, the stadium was pretty abuzz. Like there was a lot of folks, a lot of LSU fans. That's one thing I noticed. Quite a bit of purple, and I don't mean like they took the place over. They absolutely didn't. But
Yeah,
there
they
was
just
a
traveled well.
yeah, they traveled well. So Friday night, we go out to left field after we get done with dinner or lunch or mid afternoon lunch, whatever the hell it's called, Lupper. We go over to left field, man, and it is just an absolute blast, as we knew it would be. We hung out with all the guys, a lot of the guys I hung out with out at Mississippi State. A lot of the players' parents were out there, so that's always cool. It's really fun to meet the players' parents and just get to hear their stories and hear about their kids. And it's cool to meet some of the other kids, like their
The
brothers, sisters, things
siblings.
like, yeah, the siblings. That a lot of the siblings have really cool stuff going on too
Yes.
that aren't even sports related. And I'm not going to dime any of the siblings or parents out by name or anything like that. But for example, one of the players on the team's little brother, big time guitar player. So that was cool to talk to him. I can play a little bit of guitar, but probably not even as good as him. I'm not classically trained on the guitar. I just know how to like strum some chords and make songs and shit like that. But yeah, so it's always cool to talk to the families, talk to the siblings, and we did quite a bit of that. We stayed at the DoubleTree, which is, well, they call it the Stumble Tree, around the parent group. So apparently, it's a good place to just stumble home from Dish Falk. It's literally, I don't know, it's less than a quarter of a mile from Dish Falk.
Yeah, not a bad walk.
Yeah, not a bad walk at all, and extra safe. You can
Mhm.
almost not die going from Dish Falk to DoubleTree on foot. So that's why I picked it. I was like, this is great. It's literally right across the street. Um, but tons of LSU families, the whole LSU baseball team was at the DoubleTree. When we came back Friday night, it looked like we were in Louisiana because
Yeah.
there was maybe 2 or 3 other Texas people in the lobby when we went to the bar down there.
Yeah, I was like, "How are we outnumbered in our own town right now, sitting
Yeah,
at the bar at a hotel that's right next to the field," you know? And I turned around, I was looking, and I turned around, I just happened to see somebody in Longhorn stuff, and it happened to be, Mercer's mom and I think his sister-in-law. So we got to talking, so that was pretty fun. So they were my little safety net in the corner for a little bit, like, "Oh my gosh, like, what's going on?"
yeah.
There's not a lot of Texas people, but Saturday was a different story.
Yeah,
But
what did you say? What did you say after Friday night? You said something to me about not wanting that to happen again.
yeah, I don't remember. You're gonna have to if you remember what I said, you're gonna have to say it because I don't.
Fair enough. She says she looks at me at some point Friday night while we're sitting down at the bar amongst the sea of purple, and she says, I don't want this to happen ever again at this hotel. Like, I don't want those because the LSU players got off the bus and come in and everybody's
Oh, yeah.
clapping and
That's when I said that.
yeah,
Okay,
like
I
it's a
remember
bunch of
now.
parents, but
Yeah,
still probably some fans as well. They're
yeah,
clapping and the kids are just smiling from
yeah.
ear to ear. And she goes,
That
I don't want this to
that's supposed to happen where the when we are the visiting team.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like,
I didn't like that at all.
yeah, it wasn't the best, but I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, we knew LSU was a good team.
Right.
We knew that
Well,
we probably weren't going to sweep that series, and I didn't think anybody was going to sweep that
what
series. I
what did
thought
we it was like 8 was it 8 to 5?
it was
What
eight to
was it?
two the first night.
8 Oh, it was 8 to 2. Okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty thorough ass
Yeah.
kicking. I mean, it was close for a while, and then they kind of beat up on us a little bit. And that pitcher, that Friday night guy, what's his name, Cade Anderson, really good pitcher. And it's funny. This is like just the smallness of the world. I get on an elevator at the DoubleTree, and I think it was almost right when I got it was I took you up to the room, and then I grabbed one of those carts and went and grabbed a bunch of stuff and was going to get all our junk out of the car to bring it up to the room. As I'm coming back down from that, I meet this guy in the elevator, real tall guy, wearing purple, and I just kind of ask him, and then I saw him later on that night at the left field tailgate before the game. I believe his name is Mike Anderson, Cade Anderson's dad. Really cool dude. So we're like best friends, and I didn't even realize it was Cade Anderson's dad until just like the other day when you told me that. Matter of fact, I was talking about it on the show with Mark and Zach on Monday night that I had a best friend from LSU, and I don't even really know. I know he's a coach. I know he's a player's dad, but I don't know who it is. And you were like, "Oh yeah, that's Cade's dad," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." So like my best friend from LSU is Cade Anderson's dad, who's the really good pitcher from LSU, and he had another really actually he got beat up pretty bad this weekend. Who did they play? Who did LSU play? Mississippi State got on
State.
his ass
Yeah.
pretty good, but they ended up sweeping that series anyway. So you won't always have it, but he certainly had it against us. Um, yeah, so we do Friday night. Man, the crowd was pretty lame, I would say. It was
Well,
well, and we were getting our ass kicked, so it makes
eh,
sense.
you go into it not knowing what to expect. Like,
Exactly.
we knew they were good, and so then you see things go the way they are, and you're kinda defeated.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
were we were
like,
a little defeated. Yeah, we
it
were like, oh shit.
it's kind of hard, you know, to kind of be in that position when you've been having leading up to just that one game, having the season you had. So it was kinda like, "Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Alright."
exactly. Yeah, so anyway, we wake up Saturday morning, it's a new day. We go back to Matt's Ranchero for lunch, hang out with Mark, Katie, a lot of the other left field crew were there as well.
Yeah, I
Our guy Brian, our guy Logan, who
he
had a really
rallied.
fun who had a really fun Friday night and still managed to rally, make it out for everything on Saturday.
Yeah.
Logan's a champ. So we did that again, and man, it was good again. Man, that place is good. If you guys have not been to Matt's, I'll call it El Rancho because that's the actual name. It's not the real name that we're going to use going forward, but the actual name, if you want to search for it and go there, is Matt's El Rancho. Really good Tex-Mex, and they have some really strong drinks as well. So check
Get
that place out. It's
get the
outstanding.
knockout.
Get
Get
the
the
knockout
knockout.
martini.
Really good.
It's
And
not a
that's
martini. I don't know why they call it that. It's
you know,
tequila, folks, but it
it's
has
like
olives in it.
they serve it in a martini glass, and it has
Yeah, yeah,
olives. That's okay.
yeah.
I got to meet, Katie and some of the other people from, the left field. What do they call it?
The ladies of left
The
field.
ladies
Yeah,
of left field. So
yeah,
we
yeah,
listened to we listened to their podcast, well, the most recent episode going into the LSU series on the way in, and it was really good, so it was kinda cool to listen to that first and kinda hear their voices. I don't get to I think it's just a podcast, you just listen to them. I don't think you get to see faces or
yeah.
anything.
They don't record yet. They don't
But
do video yet.
I had met Katie before at the Vegas tournament, but, I got to meet, Shelly and Jordan was there, and I can't. There's one other person there. I don't know if she does the podcast, but I can't remember her name, and I apologize
Yeah,
for
I
that.
got a little
But
confused on who people were,
yeah,
but that's what I
but
do.
really, really good group of people. I'm a very shy, don't like to engage in conversation because I'm scared I'm going to say the wrong things or not say the right things, and so it's very hard for me to kind of put myself out there and try to talk to people and make friends. And they made it very easy, so it was a lot of fun hanging out with them and also being part of their tailgates at Occupy Left Field. So we appreciate them for having us and welcoming us. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. Great time. And check out the podcast, The Ladies of Left Field.
Yes. Oh,
They're on I know for sure they're on Apple Podcasts because that's
yeah,
how we listen to them. They're probably on
a
Spotify and
and
iHeart and all that.
I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but, uh, Shelly and her sister, Jody, I met her, they have a podcast too called Adjacent. It sounds very intriguing with some cool shows that I think I might be interested in, so I haven't had a chance to listen to those yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah. Good group of people.
Yeah, awesome group of people, and we got to figure out a way to collab on with the Ladies of Left Field. I think we could get some fun stuff going.
Yeah,
We've also had some conversations with some of the players' parents, trying to get them on this show. And honestly, I didn't really follow up on the one we kind of had a good conversation with. We'll probably do that. I don't know when we'll do that. We definitely won't do it next weekend, but
yeah.
we'll try to get some more folks on the show, guys. The players' parents just really,
Oh
again,
my
I
god, I
can't
was just
say it
about to
enough.
say that.
Really cool to talk to.
Yes.
It's very funny to like kind of be on the outside of all of this and just be fans and not have to worry about like how so and so
Mhm.
performs and oh my god but man, they are living it daily. The pressure is real for the parents and their kids for sure. So
It's
interesting dynamic and always good
yeah.
conversations.
It's funny because getting to see that kinda side of it, it's like, man, these parents have been through it with their t I mean, talent definitely counts for something. These kids are talented,
Hmm.
but their parents have sacrificed time,
Oh yeah.
money,
Yeah.
I mean, all sorts of stuff to get these kids to where they are, and they're still coming out there and supporting them at a college level, and it's just really cool, and it's kind of fun to kind of see them. And now that we see the kids, I call them kids, but now I see the
Yeah.
boys playing on young men playing on TV. I'm like, oh, he looks like his mom, or oh, he looks like his
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
think that's the first thing
so
you
cool.
probably notice is
Yeah,
which parent they look like, which is
yeah,
cool, just fair, I guess. Yeah,
yeah.
you talk about the sacrifices, like
Oh yeah,
again, I'm not comfortable like naming parents yet, but one of the families, like at least part of the family, moved all the way from way out on the West Coast all the way to the Southeast Conference world during COVID, so their kid could play baseball
yeah.
because
That's
they could
crazy.
not play baseball on the West Coast anywhere. And so to keep playing baseball, they had to move. I think they moved to Alabama, is what he told me. Uh, Wild. So they just lived in Alabama, so they could play baseball.
Yeah.
So yeah, you talk about sacrifice. That's a big one. And these guys are driving all over the world, chasing their sons playing baseball. Kind of reminds me of. I mean, we drove. Texas is big.
Yeah,
We drove all
let's
over.
be fair, we drove all over Texas, but it is
Yeah,
big.
it's big. So I mean,
Yeah,
we crossed at least 2 or 3 states every time we went
that's right.
somewhere in real driving distance. But yeah, so Saturday I think for the LSU series was the coolest day. So like I said, we went and ate lunch. We got over to the stadium about, I don't know, probably I think we got over to left field a little after 2, I feel like. Maybe it doesn't
Yeah, I
matter.
think it was
It
about
was like
7.
it was
Yeah,
like mid-afternoon-ish. And man, Glenn, my guy Glenn had his station set up. He was starting to get ready to do crawfish, and it was just a big contingent. There was a big group of LSU fans kind of across the road from left field. They had tents set up, and you could just see a whole bunch of them start gathering. I went over and talked to them for a little bit. Mostly players' parents. My best friend was over there again. Uh, so yeah, man, a great group of LSU fans. I don't know. I would bet they had. I bet LSU had. what do you think? 500 people there probably.
Oh God, I don't even know. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Dish Falk holds
They had a good
around
showing.
8,500, I think. And
I,
I mean,
to be
it was
fair,
purple.
I can't say because I don't know what a normal. That was my first time being there, so I don't know
Sure.
what a normal
I don't think you'll
gathering
see
is.
that many Georgia fans. I'd be surprised if you see that many Georgia fans. But in fairness, Georgia's a lot further away than Louisiana is. But
Yeah.
anyway, great group of fans. They had a big. So we had the big crawfish boil, and by the way, the crawfish, they had shrimp, they had corn, they had potatoes, they had sausage, they had tortellini, which is a thing that this Glenn guy does in his crawfish, and it's actually pretty good. That tortellini soaks up a lot of that spice and all that stuff. So it was funny. Here's the funny part. So last year they did a crawfish boil for something. I don't know what game it was. They did a crawfish boil. Same guy, same everything. And Mark takes a picture of it. He puts it up on Twitter, and man, they just start getting dogged by all the Southeast people. Oh, you didn't even put any seasoning on it. You know, I mean, they pretty much go off on them. Part of it is just people are mean. Like, let's be honest. The Southeast Conference does not want Texas to have anything to do with crawfish. They don't like it. They think that's their thing. Those Louisiana people, that's their thing. We should not be doing that. Glenn does the same exact boil for this LSU thing, and the LSU people come over in droves and start eating it, and they're like, man, this is really good. Like, y'all did a good job. And I mean, it didn't feel like they were just being nice. I feel like they legitimately were like, man, this is actually pretty good. I can't believe you Texans did this. And by the way, I'm not including myself, and that had nothing to do with it. I stood around and drank beer and like videoed some of it. Yeah, so same crawfish boil, different results on both the pictures and the Twitter response. So and then we just kept partying and partying. Here's a funny story for you guys. I just remembered this. I did not do a pregame fireball shot Friday night. Yes. So one of the left field deals is
Mm.
before every game, there's a fireball shot and toast.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm picking up on is Jeff Cross, co-founder of Occupy Left Field with Mark Pena. He calls out one of the parents and says, give us a toast. And so that's kind of the deal. And I did it all 3 times out at Starkville, Mississippi. Sweep.
You did it in Vegas for
I
one of
did it in
the.
Vegas for the Texas Tech game,
Yeah.
which was the only time we hung out around all the folks because we got there Friday night right at game time, basically.
Yeah.
And anyway, we don't have to explain all that. So fast forward to Friday night before LSU, I did not do it. I videoed it. Just like thought I'd do a web log of the thing, and we lost.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, all right,
Can they blame
Saturday,
you? Can they blame
yeah,
you?
blame me for the loss. Blame me for the non-sweep because
Yep.
that's 100% what happened. I didn't
That's
take
on you.
the fireball shot. We lost Friday night. I took the fireball shot Saturday. Bam, win. Took the fireball shot on Sunday. Bam, win. So if y'all are ever around me and the fireball shot's about to happen and I do not have fireball in my hand, make sure it happens because it's the game changer.
It has nothing to do with me. I have not done a single fireball shot. It has nothing to do with me. I will never do a fireball shot.
I'm not even
I'll leave
sure it has
I'll leave that up to you.
I'm not even
I
sure it
can't do
has
it.
anything to do with the players. I think as long as I take a fireball shot, we're going to
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
They're just going to play outside of their
Well,
minds.
it just goes there's so much superstition or like what's the word?
It's superstition.
Superstition in baseball. It really is. We
Mhm.
saw it with our son, so gotta do this, gotta do this. I did
Yep.
this last time and it worked. And so, yeah.
Yeah, so Saturday night, obviously really good. The Longhorns get it done. They kind of was back and forth deal for a little while, and then they legged it out, get it done. And then we come back Sunday. What do we do on
Hey,
Sunday?
can we go back to Saturday?
Absolutely, we can.
So when we do football, and there's 7 o'clock games at football,
Mhm.
and they end late, which I feel like a football game and baseball game pretty much about the same time frame, average, right? Would you say?
Probably pretty close.
About
Yeah.
average. And so We will sometimes go back out to the tailgate. There's not much going on. People have moved along. There's nothing going on. We said after the Saturday night game, it was so awesome to win that, and we were both like, "Let's go back out to left field and see what's going on." That was a party. Holy crap. They had the music blaring, they had a huge crowd, they had picnic tables singing and dancing.
The
Um,
picnic tables were singing and
oh
dancing,
my
or
god.
people were on the picnic table
Oh,
singing and dancing.
people that were on the picnic table
There you go.
singing and dancing, sorry. Yeah, thanks for correcting me. But it was a party. Holy cow. I mean, I was just like, "We're just gonna come out here, we'll see what's going on, maybe, like, hang out for a little bit," and I was like, "Oh, wow. This is a whole other level." Like, it
Yeah,
it was awesome. It was
they were
awesome.
definitely having a blast
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
The ladies of left field were
Man,
some of
they
the
were on.
ladies on the picnic tables.
Yes, and they had that Pink Pony Club song on that I was like, I've been vibing to for the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Sean knows because 'cause I've been singing it and crap,
Mhm,
but,
mhm.
um, I think it was, oh god, who was it? Jody, is trying to invite me up there to, let's go up on the picnic table." I was like, "Uh-uh. If I go up on that picnic table, I may not see it tomorrow." Like,
Yeah.
we may not make it to the game. So, but it was a lot of fun and, just to kinda see that environment, and they do it right, and,
Yeah, I
it's
if you
pretty
haven't,
cool.
don't be afraid to come by left field.
Man, yeah.
Welcoming environment. It's like not a
Yes.
club. That's
Very
not, you don't have to
welcoming.
have a membership or anything
What
crazy like
what
that. Just
what did Mark say on his that I
yeah,
said that was funny? "Just
yeah,
don't
Mark.
suck."
Yeah, just come out and don't suck is the only
Yeah.
requirements to come out and hang out at left field. So yeah, left field was rocking Friday night, Saturday night, even Sunday was pretty good, man. Some old boy cooked some gumbo, and
Mhm.
there's other people out there as well. I'm mentioning like these main event type of meals. Somebody was cooking brisket and ribs and all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. Was that Saturday?
I
Yeah,
think
that
that
was
was
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it looked good. Like I almost went over there and got some. It looked really good. So yeah, there's tons of drinks. You don't even have to bring drinks. It's literally show up and don't suck is how you come hang out at left field. So do that definitely. I don't know how big I am on standing out there for the game necessarily. I kind of
Yeah.
like going to our seats and sitting in our seats and
This can bring
being
us
close.
to.
Yeah, this is a good segue, but let me
Yeah.
finish. I like being close to the action, being able to hear all the sights and hear all the sounds, see all the sights. I feel like a lot of times the guys out in left field probably can't tell what the hell just happened. Like when Tommy Farmer caught that one in game, what was it? Was it game 3 or game 2? Can't even remember which game it was. I think it was game 2. And I'm probably wrong. Anyway, LSU guy smacks one to the fence, and Tommy Farmer runs it down and goes right into the wall, face first into the wall. The
"Mister
left
Steal
field
Your
guys,
Girl. Mister
Mr.
Steal
Steal
Your
Your
Girl."
Girl. That's right. He's had two in 2 out of 3 weekends. Tommy Farmer's had a Mr. Steal Your Girl. And for those of y'all that
Mhm.
don't know, I'll let you explain it. You explain it.
That's what I call it. Our son, when he started in, playing in high school, he was outfielder, and so I don't know how it just came to my head, but I was like, "Mister Steal Your Girl." When they make that
Yeah,
good catch, you had a good hit. It was a good hit, but that freaking outfielder freaking followed
ran it
that
down.
ball, ran it down, and caught it. Mister Steal Your Girl. And
That's
I
right.
tell Sean, I'm like, if I was an outfielder, my walk-up song would be Mister Steal Your Girl. I think
Exactly.
it's Trey Songz that sings that, so that would be my walk-up song. But yeah, that's my saying. For the outfielders that make a good catch, I call it Mister Steal Your Girl. He stole that hit from you, boom, you're done.
Right. Right. Exactly. So Tommy Farmer pretty good at that. Uh Anyway, Sunday game, hot as hell, just still up in there. It was pretty brutal. It was like it was like what I expect when I go down to Austin,
Yeah.
like with the humidity and the
Oh, yeah.
heat and just the deadness of it all, and like
Sticky. Mm.
yeah, just it was rough. It was definitely different from Friday night and Saturday night, and even Saturday and Friday during the day. We're not that bad at all. The breeze was nice and going, and but Texas gets it done. Full control of that game on Sunday. So let's kind of back up. One of the things that was not so great about the weekend was kind of the Austin sports baseball etiquette for
Well,
baseball games, at
you
least, kind of a problem.
you can't say Austin. We don't know. We have not compared it to anywhere else.
I'm going
But
to say Austin because I was in Austin.
what we experienced was just it you need to do better.
Yeah.
Um,
Here's the deal. If there's an at bat happening, do not walk down the thing. Do not walk down and try to find your seats. And damn sure don't
and
try to
don't try to
cross
ask
over
me to
people.
stand up to try
Yeah.
to block the people behind me. I'm trying to watch the at bat, and you need to get out. Wait.
Yeah, you got to do better. You
Yeah.
wait till the at bat's over and then go down and find your seat.
You are
We get it.
never
It's a
yeah.
baseball game. You got to piss. You got to go get popcorn. You got to go get another beer. You gotta you gotta get your stuff for your kid. I get it 1,000%, but you cannot during the middle of an at bat run down the aisle and then try to cross over 13 people to get to your seat. That is rude as hell. I mean, I could not I could not believe how much it happened. I was
It
like,
happened a
what in
lot.
the hell is happening? I
Well,
missed probably a third of all three games
up
because
and
people
down,
were
up and
standing in
down,
front of
up
me.
and down.
Yeah.
So
And I
that
don't,
gives
again, it's not about the up and down. Like
the
people got to get
timing.
up.
Yeah.
It's the timing of it. And
Yeah.
then
Like,
what did we find out on Sunday that
oh,
really, yeah.
so I it was really hot. I was starting to not feel so good, like just sweating really hot. And I told Sean, I said, I gotta get up, which I did not get up at an at bat. I got up in between and I went down, I found the tunnel of love that Mama Sonia showed me. So I went down there and got some cool air for a second. Swooped down, went to the bathroom, which is another thing we need to talk about. And then came back up and I sat there for a minute. I saw someone was at bat. So I sat there and was on my phone. And then I guess I must have missed and it went to another at bat. So I sat there on my phone. I'm like, okay, I'll time this right. And then I kind of sort of apologized to the event staff that I kind of barked at in that moment, but it just kind of all came to a head that Sunday afternoon. Um, he reached over and goes, "You cannot stand here. I need you to get back to your seat." And so then I pop off. I'm like, "Oh, so you contribute to this." And so I'm like, "I will go back to my seat when they are done batting. I am not going to go while they're at bat." He's
Right.
like, You don't have to be rude, I'm just telling you." And so I'm sorry, I know he was just telling me, but I feel like there needs to be more of an education or training, and I don't understand their protocols. Maybe it could be safety, crowd control. There didn't need to be any crowd control. It was me and one other person there. I don't know what it is as to why they have to say that, but they're encouraging people to get out of those areas, um, and get down to their seat
Yes. Which is the
at
exact
inappropriate
opposite.
times.
Yes. It's the exact opposite of A, what you should encourage people to do, and B, what happens at any other baseball park I've ever been to in my life. Like you go to a pro baseball park, they have an usher at the top of every
Yeah,
set of stairs going down, and they have like a wand, and they will put their hands out
yeah,
and block
and
your
now's not the
access
time. Yeah,
to get down until it's in between at bats. And I'm not talking about half inning at bat. I'm talking about player A struck out
right,
or hits a base hit.
exactly,
Then they'll let people go down because
right.
there is time between at bats like that to find your
So
seat and not be in people's way.
it just needs to be better. This is I've watched Braden play, our son play all through high school. I've never had that happen. Um, so
But
I
in
don't know
fairness,
what it is at a
there
college
wasn't
level.
there wasn't 9,000 people watching like our
Yeah,
high school kids play.
yeah,
In
that
fairness,
too. And let me tell you what, I also used to video Braden his at bats. So if somebody tried to walk in front of me, it'd have been a really bad day. So you don't see that out at college games. There's other
yeah.
ways to watch your kid be at
Yeah, and
bat,
we are not.
but
I want to reiterate, we're not like picky people. Like
no, no,
we're not
not at all.
complainer type people. But this was bad. Like I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit! Like I
Well
cannot believe this.
well, and that's why I told you. I said, I have a bladder the size of a pecan. If I was in the center of the aisle, poor people would be getting up and down all the time. It's the timing of it.
Hmm.
And, we had a guy, I think Friday night, and unfortunately, I have a RBF anyway, and when when I do get really mad, it can be even worse, and I think he just saw it all over my face, and he was one of the ones that kinda kept getting up and down, and at the end of the game, he bought us you were out to the bathroom or something. He had bought us both a beer, and, he apologized to me for getting up so much, for making us have to get up so much for them, and I said, "It's not that. We do not mind that." I said, "It was just the timing of it, when they're at bat, we kinda wanna watch them bat." And so I
Yeah. So
I felt like I kind of explained why there was that issue,
he
but
was drunk. He didn't hear it. He didn't
yeah,
hear it.
probably not.
Uh, but for sure, like the majority of people at a baseball game are not there to watch the baseball game. Clearly, because they're not watching the baseball game. They're just in everybody's way. But if I was king for a day, what I would do with the baseball is definitely tell the ushers, unless this gets like jam packed and people can't get through the little tunnels, the exits to get to the concourse, you shouldn't tell people to go down and find their seats uh, in the middle of at bats. Also, and this was kind of your idea,
Yes, 'cause so if
the
you're probably gonna
TVs
say
in
what
the
I'm gonna say.
concourse would be huge
Yes.
because people could go down. If it was a weather thing, people
Mhm.
people could go down, get in the shade of the concourse, and still watch the game.
'Cau right, because what I found is it's so hot, so people probably were just trying to gather there to get some coolness,
Mhm.
which if it became a safety issue or things like that, I could see the ushers or the event staff having to move people out of the way, so to get that kind of coolness, relaxation, and be able to watch the game while you're running around with your toddler or you're just hot or whatever, that'd be nice to have some TVs down there so you can see what's going on with the game. That would
Yeah,
help.
so I think get some TVs in the concourse. Tell the ushers it's not that big a deal for people to be standing at an entrance
Unless
of.
you're blocking traffic, like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
again, unless there's
Eh,
50,000 people there and
there
people can't get out, that's one thing.
there's gotta be some sort of protocol that they policy or something for safety. I don't know, but I know they weren't trying to be rude, but there's just something that needs to be fixed in that situation because they can't be telling people to go back to their seats while somebody's batting, so
Yep. We beat that one up. We're not going to talk about that one
yeah,
anymore. And we're not going to be surprised when we go down there Friday night for the Georgia
yeah.
game. And
We
it's the
know what
same
to
thing.
expect.
Yeah, it's going to happen. We're going to miss most of the game.
I may not get up if you try to get past me during an at bat,
Oh
but
my
I'm
God.
little. You might just be able to cross over my feet. That's fine.
That's true. You are little. I can't do that. I got to get out of the way. I'm a little larger. So anyway, overall, the weekend, LSU weekend was a blast, man. Again, great LSU fans didn't have a single I mean, I would say the only thing Friday night, there was one guy pretty hammered down a few rows ahead of us. And I don't know what the Texas fans in front of us uh had said to him, or I don't know the
Yeah,
dynamic
it
of
was
of
back and forth.
how the rivalry began, but there was a little bit of a rivalry going on, and he would kind of stand up and turn around and mouth off a few times. And I usually don't get upset by that stuff at all. But at one point, I told him to sit his ass down and like just cheer for your team. Like that's all. Like you don't have to turn around and taunt us. Like cheer for your team. That's great. You should be cheering for your team. And he stopped doing it. So it is what it is. Um, but that was it. That was like literally everybody else
Yeah,
was great. Matter of
yeah,
fact,
it
like
was
I
good.
swear to God, I would recognize probably if LSU and Texas made it to Omaha and I was there and those folks were there, I'd recognize probably 8 to 10 of those guys, and I would go up and we'd have a conversation, and it'd be awesome because that's
Yeah,
what we did the
very
whole
good
weekend.
fans. Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope
very
I
good
hope
fans.
I hope they had a good time. Like, I wanna
I do
be a
too.
school that's like, "Oh, it was fun going there. The fans were great."
Right,
I
right.
want that reputation,
Yeah,
so
we hope
But
that like
in
we
the
we're not
SEC,
interested
like,
in
we
being the place you don't want to go. Like people say
Yeah.
they don't want to go to Ohio State. People say they don't want to go to Texas Tech. Like we're not interested in that. We want to be the place where it's fun to go and then we kick your ass. And then
Yeah.
but we're really nice to you the whole time we're kicking your ass and then you leave and you're like, "Man, they kicked our ass, but that was really fun. They were really nice people." That's what Texas fans should want to be.
Yeah.
So again, if you're watching, stop walking in front of me during the pitches and also be real nice to the opposing fans. There's no reason not to be.
Yep.
LSU weekend, great weekend. But I was wore out, man. Like you said, we got home at like midnight ish, and I went to work the next day. You you went to work too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello.
you had a late go in though, and you also slept the entire way home, so that doesn't almost count.
I did
You got
not
almost
sleep
a
the
full
entire.
night's sleep on the way home.
That
Well,
is
I was
dramatic.
just trucking it, just trucking.
That's dramatic. I fell asleep towards the end.
Uh,
The end.
okay,
The end. The end.
okay.
Yep.
Anyways, great weekend. And then the boys go on the road this weekend. Really trappy type of series. You just come off winning 2 or 3 from LSU at the time was number 2 team in the country. You go on the road to Columbia, Missouri against a really bad Missouri Tigers team. And next weekend, you could have been looking ahead to this coming up weekend, Georgia, who's ranked number 3 right now. Who knows what they'll be? I don't know. I still don't know how everybody did this weekend overall. So they're going to be in the top 5. I know they swept.
The
I say I know they swept. I think they swept. I'm pretty sure they swept. So that's a really good team that's coming to Austin. And so from like a Texas Longhorn perspective, if you weren't dialed in, you could go lose some games to a Missouri Tiger team that you shouldn't lose games to. Just kind of looking ahead
the
and thinking
pitching
you're
was
too good.
good. The pitching was good. The hitting was
Man, was it?
good.
The
I
pitching was
mean,
good. The hitting, I mean, everything was good. They just play. I mean, and they did it too with guys out. I mean, they,
yeah. Remember what I said last night? Quit hurting our
yeah,
players.
I mean, it was like a freaking football game or
I
something.
know.
I've never seen that many baseball players get hurt
Yeah.
in a 2 game stretch in my life as we had get hurt against Missouri. So, yeah, we had 3 pretty key guys out for the majority of the series. Max Ballou goes down at the end of game 1, doesn't play the rest of the series. A-Rod, I think, had 1 at bat, and then he gets pinch hit for, doesn't play the rest of the series. And then early on in game 2, Rylan Galvan, El Cuda, he takes 1 off the hand, and he doesn't play the rest of the series. So a lot of guys, a lot of key. Those are all 3 really key guys. Don't play the majority of the series, and the Longhorns go on the road and sweep anyway. And we heard Zach talk about it on the show last Monday. I picked a sweep just because I don't know what I'm talking about. Zach's like, there's no way, man. We're gonna get 2 out of 3 because you just like there's no way they're losing 9 straight games to start SEC play. And Texas just flat whipped their ass. I mean, it was bad. I mean, it was like
Uh,
it was domination the
yeah.
entire time. That
And
team was not winning any of those games.
yeah. So I Schuessler had his first home run,
He
right?
had his
Or the
first and his second home run.
yeah. And then we had a
Yeah.
Borba blast.
We had a Borba blast. We had a Mash
Oh,
Perino.
it,
Mash Perino has like a billion RBIs and 4 home runs after kind of a really long stretch of just being really slow at the plate. He's
yeah.
exploded the last few
Oh,
games.
yeah. Crazy.
So yeah, uh, good weekend of baseball. I actually had one of the players' dads text me and say, "Hey man, I'm rolling. You want to roll?" I said, "No, I'm resting this weekend," and I am so glad I did. I just now got recovered from last weekend and work and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll ruin it again this weekend. We'll go party really hard at baseball Friday night, and then the 2-step in over the weekend. So looking forward to that. What else were we going to talk about?
I don't
I think
know.
that's pretty much
I
it
think that's
for the
it.
show. Yeah, a
Friend.
lot of new friends we've met, man,
Yeah.
had so much fun so far. I mean, the baseball is fun, but we really have genuinely met a lot of cool people, a lot of
I
great families and parents.
I mean, and that's the biggest thing. Like we did tailgating with football. Well, you started much earlier than me with that. But was it 2011, 2012 we started with those guys um, for football, and we still maintain friendships with them and still
Mhm.
tailgate with them. We kind of reconnected over the last 2 years. Um, and that's for us as a fan is just building those relationships and people who enjoy being crazy, being a crazy Longhorn fan, with you is a lot of fun. So
It's good stuff. Yeah, we
yeah,
look forward. We're definitely looking forward to one game of the Georgia series, and then we'll be back for the Texas A&M the whole weekend. We'll get wore out again for that,
yeah, man, it's a
and then I'll be
marathon. Now
yeah
I know how to prepare though. Okay, I could
yeah.
do
Now you know how to now you know what
it.
to expect and what to be
Yeah.
ready for. So it's all good. But that'll be it for this edition of Day Drinking. Make sure you check us out on the socials, on the Twitters. The handles are down there at the bottom of the screen. Check us out on YouTube at Horn Takes. Subscribe, get notified so you don't miss any of the. I mean, I do like highlight videos. I've got this show, I got the bullpen, and we've got from the cheap seats that I need to start doing again, but I probably won't do it again on Thursday because we'll be getting ready to go out of town. But I need to sit down and start talking some Texas spring football with
Ah,
somebody because
yes.
that's going on right now. Not a whole lot of news coming out of that, but there is some news, some little nuggets coming out. Parker Livingstone apparently killing it at the wide receiver position, and he's a guy that now he's pretty
Is he a
highly.
freshman or what?
He
Is
is a man. I think I think he redshirt last
Oh,
year.
okay.
He was on the team last year, but I think he redshirted last year. So Parker Livingstone, he's like a 6'3", 210-pound kid out of where's he from? Up there in the DFW plex, someplace. I forgot the name. It's like around Plano. Around Plano is where he's from. Really good player. He did a lot of good stuff in high school, and apparently him and Arch Manning have kind of linked up, synced up, whatever you want to call it. Like they're killing it in spring ball so far this year. So it'll be interesting to see. And it like that wide receiver room up for grabs. I mean, there's some playing time up for grabs because a lot of really good wide receivers have or will be moving on to the NFL. So yeah, we need to start talking about that stuff, and we will obviously. And then, man, I mean, this season is flying for
Yeah.
baseball. I mean, we're gonna blink and we're gonna be doing SEC tournament and regionals and super regionals and all that. I mean, I just hope that the boys keep playing well so we can host a regional and maybe host a super regional. Those will be 2 fun weekends for sure. So yeah, check out the store, buy a hat, buy a koozie. A lot of that stuff goes back to the Texas One Fund to help support Texas sports. Do that. We will see y'all on the next day. It will not be this weekend, but we will do another episode probably in a couple weekends. And yeah,
Yeah.
you guys have a good one. Y'all get hooked.